Hello everybody. For today we're gonna learn a new command. We're gonna learn a polygon command. This command will help us to create equal sides geometries in form of polylines. And this also will need a imaginary circle to understand better how the command works. So let's stop talking and start to create our geometry. Okay. Let's start a new window. And first thing I'm going to do will be create a circle. You can go here on circle command and you can create a circle here with 10 of radius. Okay. And now I'm gonna copy this circle. You can use copy command, select the object, specify base point. I'm gonna throw here on the right. Okay, the polygon command you find in the draw commands on the draw toolbar, and it is above the rectangle command. You can select here the polygon command, and okay, the first thing we need to do is to enter the number of sides. Right here he's trying to create a rectangle, I know, because it's 4 sides, but I do not want a rectangle, I want a hexagon. Instead of 4 I need 6. Enter, and okay, now specify center of polygon. That's why we created the circle. Select the circle on the left. And now he's asking a very important thing. He's asking for you to enter if you want inscribed in circle or circumscribed about circle. To understand better which one is each one, I'm gonna start here, inscribed circle. You can click here, or you can press Y and E enter, or you can just press enter here. Okay. I'm going to just click here. Okay, now press I enter or the enter, or you can select here inscribe it in circle by pressing with the left button. Now he's asking you guys the radius of the circle. We decided to was 10. Now 10 enter. Okay. Now as you can see, the hexagon is inside of the circle. To understand better the difference of these two options, let's create the second polygon. Go here, polygon again. Number of sides is correct, is 6. Press enter. Specify center of the polygon. Now I want this one in the right. And now instead of clicking on inscribed circle, I could select here circumscribed about circle, or I could press letter C. Yeah, true. Or you click here, or you can tap C, enter. Now specify the radius. Radius we know is 10. 10, enter. Okay. Now that we create the two, you can see the difference between each other. As guys you can see here, one inside and the other is outside, but how exactly this affect the format of the geometry? Let's create some dimensions here. As you know, the radius of our circle were 10. Now this means that our diameter is 20. And what does this mean? This means that the vertex of the first polygon have the distance of 20 between each other vertex. But here on the circumscribed version, the lines of the polygon are in tangent relation of condition with our circle. okay? But which one is the most used? Is the circumscribed. Why? Because if, as you can see, for example, when you need to use a tool for measurement or or a tool to fix or unfix screws and bolts, for example, you need to know this distance here, this 20 here, the distance of the faces of each side of the part of the bolt is more important for us instead of knowing of the distance between the vertex. You see? To understand better, let's create some other dimensions here. As you can see, the dimensions are different. It's kind of illusion. You're seeing uh, very similar geometries, but with different sizes and different measurements. So let's work this again with another example. You can erase, and now I'm going to create a new circle with 20 of radius. I'm going to create other one right here, the right side, and let's create again our polygon. Select polygon. Now I want to enter number of sides of 8. 8, enter, specify center, inscribe it, 20, enter. Okay, first one is done. Now let's create the second polygon. Number of sides correct, enter. Specify center of polygon will be here. Circumscribe it about circle, and radius. I could actually click on the circle. If I create the circle, I could do that. It's not wrong. But I just create the circle just to show you guys the reference, not to use as geometry. And 20, enter. Okay, the same thing is going to happen here. Let's create some dimensions between the vertex and between the faces. You see? Just like the previous situation. I do not need the circle actually. I do not need the circle. But I created a circle just for you guys to understand the inscribed and circumscribed concept. Now that we understand that, let's create another example here, a more practical example. I'm going to create a circle. You can tap here 25 and let's copy. Use copy here. Above 100. 100. Okay. And now I want to create here some lines between the circles, but not in the center point. No, not this one. I want to create here on the left and the right side. How am I going to do this? I know you guys are thinking of using here the object snap tracking. Without the object snap tracking, you won't be able to create some points in the geometry. But I'm going to keep it the object snap tracking, but I'm not going to use it. Instead of that, I'm going to use other very important tool. Uh, as you guys use it, if you are using here the drafting and annotation standard for toolbars, you're probably not using bars to using toolbars separately. I'm gonna use here, you're gonna click here, right on this point, and right here you're gonna click on Show Menu Bar. After doing that, up here you're gonna see some other functions, and if you're gonna click here in Tools, Toolbars, AutoCAD, and right here on this menu you're gonna find all the toolbars that exist in AutoCAD. For example, you have a key Draw, the commands Draw here. Look here, we have Polygon, we have all the other commands. Uh, Again, Tools, Toolbars, AutoCAD. We have Modify. Okay, modify comments are also here. I could use these toolbars using the standard, the draft annotation standard. If I want, I could put on the wall of the program. But the real toolbars that I want you guys to see now is the Object Snap. Right here, you're gonna see Object Snap. What is the Object Snap? Object Snap is one of the most important toolbars in the AutoCAD. We have here a function that stops all the other kinds of snaps and points and temporarily enable just one. To see example, I'm going to use command line. I'm going to click here on quadrant. Now only quadrant will appear. Quadrant is a point that will appear in the intersection of horizontal and vertical axis in the center of any circle and ellipses. But if I click here, you see now other points are appearing. I do not want to see these other points. I want to see just quadrant. Então, snap to quadrant. If you do wrong, undo and do again. You see? But I do not need, I'm going to press ESC, I'm not going to need these toolbars. If you do not want large toolbars all the time appearing in your screen, you can just go here, hide menu bar, and instead of using that toolbars, you can actually press Shift and mouse left button. If you do this, if you press the left button with and tap and hold tap Shift, will appear the same menu that we are watching that we see right now. So what I want to do, I want to create tangent. But before using this shortcut, I'm going to need to select command line. Now hold Shift and right button. Okay, quadrant. Right Shift, right button, quadrant. Again, enable command line. Oops. Sorry. Oh yeah, now we're done. But I'm going to create again. I want to show other kind of point. I want to show the snap to tangent. With snap to tangent, it's similar to quadrant, but in this case will be similar, equal, but it can do other things too. Right here, as you can see, I have clicked on the circle, and it's trying to create a tangent relation. Basically, tangent is when two curves touch each other, just making one point of intersection. And I'm going to create it right above tangent. Don't worry if you click on the if you click it on the wrong side, you will adapt. But pay attention, because if you do something like that, for example, instead of click here, I click more to the left, to the right. You see? So pay attention where the area of the circle that you near to the circle that you are going to select. Okay, use trim command to cut here. Good. And let's go to polygon. Instead of 8, I want 10 polygon. Polygon of 10 sides. Decagonal. Specify center. Circumscribe it. I do not need it to click it because you have the letter C here, so just press enter. This one will be 10, radius of 10. And whoa, polygon. Above, going to create other with radius of 15. Okay. I'm gonna change the layers, or properties if you prefer. I'm gonna also create two center mark, and I'm going to change the center mark layers too. Okay. And now let's suppose that I'm not like the direction of the angle of my polygon, and I would like to change the angle. You can use rotate, but I couldn't use instead inside of the polygon command. It's too risky. If you're trying to do this in the moment, you can click in a wrong position and you can lose the value of the radius, the inside this radius that we were talking about. So I'd prefer if you guys create first the polygon and then use rotate. For example, I'm going to use here 45. See, I'm not going to rotate, no, let's undo. But you see, if you need it, you to rotate, use rotate command. Okay. Now let's do some exercises.